This is the Tuono V4 Factory, the liter class super naked from Aprilia that's been around since 2002. The bike I'm riding today is the 2016 model, but I'll also be sharing the snapshots of the 2017 model, which gets some significant updates like a new exhaust, a TFT console, etc. But the power and torque figures remain the same for both the bikes. Now, what makes this bike such a scorcher and one of the fastest and sportiest street nakeds out there is its incredibly high power to weight ratio, because despite putting out a max power of a whooping 175 horses and a hair-raising max torque of 121 Newton meters, the bike weighs a mere 184 kgs dry, and I can recall reading somewhere online that this bike's power to weight ratio is an RU out of your mind 825.5 PS per ton. Trust me guys, I got goosebumps all over my body just by hearing that figure, let alone riding this bike. Also, I would like to call this just a first ride impression where I would talk about the ride feel that this bike offers, because I rode this bike predominantly through the city streets and a couple of empty stretches. I couldn't really take it to the highway because we were running out of time and I had to return the bike before sunset. Also, mighty thanks to my good friend and well-wisher Mr. Sushil, the owner of Motorplex Hyderabad, for allowing me to review this bike for you guys. There's loads of information to share and very less time, so let's get going. Now, what makes the Tuono V4 really special is the fact that it resembles its racing counterpart, the RSV4 from the World Superbike Championship the closest. The gorgeous double rail frame made from pressed and cast brushed aluminium elements highlights its close derivation from the 7-time World SBK champion bike. Now, this ensures a perfect balance between torsional stiffness and flexibility. The 65-degree V4 engine in the heart of the matter shines like a jewel in a crown. This bike surely is born to rule the streets and literally set it on fire as it zips and rips and twists and turns and pretty much does everything you want it to, while making you go bonkers in love over it. Getting to ride such an ultra lightweight yet super powerful street naked is like having the gorgeous Gal Gadot as your dance partner, because she just sways and turns and moves the way you want her to, but then you just open up the throttle and bam, you have the Wonder Woman jumping and flying and kicking ass all over the place in the twinkling of an eye. The sleeker chassis dimensions, along with the 4mm longer aluminium swing arm, and this combined with the perfectly tuned suspension and the consequent electronic aids available on board, result in we getting a rock-solid chassis that offers superb stability at high speeds and amazing agility for quick direction changes at lower speeds. The Tuono is truly one of its kind because it is the only street naked bike to be powered by a 65-degree V4 engine, which aids in better centering the weight and creating a compact chassis. The upper half of the engine is now made with shell casting and has been lightened and reinforced. It also now gets an optimized ventilation system to further reduce power loss. The powerful engine ECU now allows 3 maps to be more easily managed, where each one corresponds to a different engine power output. Now, all 3 maps are more manageable and less aggressive, thereby allowing a better relationship between the opening of the throttle and the torque sent to the wheels. Now, this being the factory version, we get state-of-the-art Öhlins front forks, Öhlins rear shock, and even Öhlins steering damper, which are characterized by ultra-fine tuning possibilities and a base setup that has been calibrated to give the rider maximum performance feedback while pushing the bike to its limits. The braking is top-notch as well. We get twin Brembo monoblock M432 calipers up front, along with lightweight aluminium flanged discs. The braking performance undoubtedly is right up there with the best. Also, quickly sharing my riding experience, the bike is an absolute delight to ride. I mean, who am I kidding? This is indeed one of the fastest, lightest and meanest street nakeds currently available in the world as we know it, and having to ride this bike in the city is like asking Chris Gayle to play defense in the power play. There is no joy in riding such bikes in the city. You need long, empty stretches where you can open up the throttle, experience the speed of light for a moment or two, and then you realize this is too freaking scary or dangerous, and then you decide to simply lay low. Riding such bikes gets you that much closer to experiencing racing technology in its truest form. The suspension is slightly on the harder side because it is race tuned. The super slick 6-speed gearbox works perfectly well. The clutch isn't all that hard for a liter class super naked. Overall, I really had a memorable experience riding one of the most sophisticated bikes currently available in our market. We get cast aluminium wheel rims that are ultra lightweight and result in further aiding its amazing handling characteristics. Adding to this are the super sticky Pirelli Diablo Super Corsa tires with a massive 200 by 55 rear tire, which means the bike can handle the sharpest of corners effortlessly. And then we have the electronics on board. It's almost like the Iron Man calling in Veronica to battle the Hulk. APRC, or the Aprilia Performance Ride Control System, is as comprehensive as electronic aids can get on a motorcycle. I've already talked about this in my RS-V4 walkaround video, and you can watch that video by following the link appearing on the screen currently. For newbies here, I'll try and share about them one more time. Now, what we get in the APRC system package are ATC or Aprilia Traction Control, AWC or Anti-Wheelie Control, ALC or Aprilia Launch Control, and AQS or Aprilia Quick Shift. The Aprilia Traction Control is adjustable on the fly, and we get 8 levels of traction control, which is phenomenal. It guarantees high support in long sweepers at high speeds without compromising grip levels coming out of slow turns. The Aprilia Wheelie control comes with 3 selectable settings and prevents the front wheel from lifting off under quick acceleration, and also ensures a smoother descent of the front wheel hitting the tarmac just in case there is a slight lift off. Then we have something called Aprilia Launch Control. This holds the revs at a set RPM even with the throttle wide open, thereby preventing wheel spin and wheelies and resulting in a smoother, consistent and reliable launch right off the mark. Then we have the AQS or Aprilia Quick Shift electronic gearbox that provides for ultra fast gear shifting without closing the throttle or using the clutch. We then have the highly advanced race ABS that comes along with RLM or rear wheel lift up mitigation, which, as the name suggests, prevents the rear wheel from lifting off under panic braking scenarios. The ABS on board can be disengaged completely and comes with 3 levels. Level 1 is dedicated to track use, Level 2 is dedicated to sport riding on the road, and Level 3 is dedicated to riding on surfaces with poor grip. Each of these 3 levels of ABS can be combined with any of the 3 engine maps, namely track, sport or race, thereby allowing the riders to go with their set of preferred settings that suits their riding style. Well, now quickly looking at the 2017 model. First of all, it is Euro 4 compliant and more eco-friendly than the preceding model. The new exhaust system gets a silencer that has double oxygen sensors and a built-in valve. We also now get a gorgeous TFT display with smartphone integration. We then have ACC or Aprilia Cruise Control, which helps you maintain the set speed without touching the throttle, which really comes in handy on long distance touring. Just like the RS-V4, the Tuono also gets advanced multi-map cornering ABS, which optimizes braking and ABS intervention while cornering. We then have full ride-by-wire technology for the 2017 model, which eliminates the direct connection between the throttle grip and throttle valves and is entirely controlled by a Marelli control unit. I am told the 2017 model also gets a blipper alongside the quick shifter, which helps in clutchless downshifting and even open throttle downshifting like the new 2017 RS-V4. I'll be featuring the 2017 models as soon as they arrive here, so please stay tuned for that. Price ex-showroom Hyderabad for the 2017 Tuono RR edition is Rs 20.09 lakhs. Now this bike gets regular SAC suspension and regular alloy wheels, whereas the ex-showroom price for the 2017 Tuono V4 Factory edition is Rs 21.4 lakhs, and this bike comes with world-class Olin suspension and forged alloy wheels. Well, that's pretty much it for now. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao. Take care, God bless and ride safe.